Rocket Lab, urgent warning for Rocket Lab investors and Virgin Galactic investors. My investments are split up over the two companies. In this video, we've got full chart analysis being done live for you from Sensei Crypto is on the phone waiting for me now. We've got the information from Rocket Lab directly. I got friends at Rocket Lab like I have at Virgin Galactic. I'm going to give you my price targets, what I did with my shares, how much money I bought this morning. Did I buy some this morning? What's going on? The news, the whole lot. In this video, you're going to learn all of those things live as it happens, and let's get straight into it. So if you like my content, consider smashing the like button. It helps me out. I'm with you. I'm with Virgin Galactic, Rocket Lab. These are my two biggest, some of my biggest investments long term that I intend to make, and have already lost over 30 grand with Virgin Galactic, but I'm not going anywhere. And now we've seen a massive drop today with Rocket Lab. Why? What's going on? What am I doing about it? Let's get straight into it. Okay, as you can see right now, I am down. We are down 18.45% on Rocket Lab. Now, we were down nearly 30% not that long ago. It wasn't that long ago. And there's a very good reason for that, and I'm going to show exactly what I did. So first thing I need to do is full disclosure, share with you my actual position so you know what I'm saying is real. Here is my main brokerage position. I've just doubled it. I've just doubled my position. I was down some 40%, 45%. I'm down 21% now. Now, you might say, why wouldn't I buy more? Well, I'll explain why in a minute. My Roth IRA, I was down some 48%. I doubled it. I'm down 13% now. This is my position. So on my Roth IRA, it's 10% of my portfolio. On my brokerage account, it is 5.38% of my portfolio. This is all my money. I have no more money anywhere else. I use Robinhood as a bank account. If you want my link for Robinhood, look below the description of this video and you'll find my referral link where you get some free stocks. I use Robinhood exclusively. I only have my money in here. I use it to pay my bills. This is my bank account, so you know if I'm up, I'm up. I'm down, I'm down. You see what's going on. Right, what is the news with Rocket Lab? Why has it gone down? What have I done? And we're going to talk to Sensei in a few minutes from a chart perspective as well. Just like Virgin Galactic, I have friends on the ground, as I do with all the companies that I buy. I want to know what's going on, who's working there. We knew about the CEO selling his shares, 23 million last week. It drove the market down. I bought some. Overreaction on that one because he's got like 318 million. He sold 23 million. Everybody freaked out. That was perfectly acceptable. And now this morning it's gone down. Why has it gone down? Well, I'm going to give you the news right now. But let me tell you, it was bad news, but good news. Because if you know, excuse me, that something bad is about to happen or has just happened, you know in the morning the markets are going to react negatively. So if you've got shares in that company, the best thing you can do, and if you've got profit in that company, is sell those shares because they're going to go down. And if you're a whale and you sell enough, you can drive it down nearly 30%, which is what happened this morning. And then what do? You buy it back because it will go down a lot more than when you've initially sold it, right? So I am not a whale and I wasn't in enough to drive the stock down, obviously. But what I did was buy and doubled my position when it went down. This is the news, and we got a couple of ways of reporting this to you. Let me go straight over. Rocket Lab announcement, and then this happened at this announcement came at 10 to 5 in the morning, which is 10 to 4 in the morning. I reacted to the news at 6 o'clock this morning, and to show you that I was on it straight away. If you look at my X account right here, I will give you the link and you can actually see that I bought this morning and I told you that I was buying. There we go. I just doubled my position. Are you with me? So if you want to vote on this poll, leave me your thoughts. I'm going to give you the link above my head. Click above my head, just there, and you can go to my X account. Leave me your thoughts on this one. 58.5% yes, bought more. 32% not yet, and 9% are not in the stock. A lot of my Virgin Galactic investors are in Rocket Lab with me on this one as well. Okay, let's go back to the news and read the statement from Rocket Lab itself. Okay, here we go. Rocket Lab today experienced an issue during the launch of the company's 41st mission following liftoff from Launch Complex 1. The rocket successfully completed a first stage burn and stage separation as planned before an issue was experienced at around T plus 2 minutes and 30 seconds into the flight, resulting in the end of the mission. We are deeply sorry to our partners Capella Space for the loss of the mission. Now we need to be clear about this. That is bad news. Obviously, it's bad news. We were expecting a bounce on a successful mission, hence why a lot of the stock had gone down, ready for a bounce. However, this has presented us with an even better opportunity because as bad as it is, Tesla, SpaceX, they've all experienced these situations, Amazon. It presented an opportunity to go even lower, and it hit its floor. And we're going to come on to Sensei, talk about the floor, and from a chart perspective in a few moments. But it hasn't had a failure for 2 years. The track record and the cash flow and the balance sheet of Rocket Lab is great. This is an overreaction from the whales who knew it would go down, who dumped it. Everybody feared, they dumped it more, and now they're buying it back. This is a perfect scenario for those who want to, the fearful, exchange their stocks for the brave. Basically, it's what I've always said. It's the impatient to the patient. That's basically what's happened this morning. I was waiting for an opportunity like this, so I doubled my position. We are deeply sorry to our partners, Capella Space, for the loss of the mission. We are working closely with the FAA and supporting agencies as the investigation into the root cause commences. Now, of course, with a rocket company, this is going to delay things quite a bit, but I'm not really concerned. We are working closely with the FAA for the root cause. The Electron rocket has previously delivered 171 satellites into orbit across 37 successful orbital missions. We will identify the issue swiftly, implement corrective actions, and return to the pad shortly. Our next mission, currently scheduled before the end of the third quarter, will be postponed while they implement corrective actions. We anticipate providing revised third quarter revenue guidance in the coming days. Okay, so obviously their expectation, we were hoping that the company would be profitable on the next earnings. That obviously isn't going to happen, or very unlikely to anyway. This is Rocket Lab's Twitter space this morning. You can see they made that announcement 4 hours ago, which gave everyone the opportunity this morning to buy that huge dip. This morning I was on it at 1 minute past 6. Let me look and see how the media have reported it. Rocket Lab stock drops 25% after first launch failure in over 2 years. That's how they talk about it. That was from CNBC. And Mike Wall says Rocket Lab suffers anomaly during launch of Earth observation satellite. Let's have a quick look down here. We already know what's gone on. We want to get to the chart position and see where the opportunities to make money come from. Rocket Lab suffered an anomaly during the launch of a radar Earth observation satellite early Tuesday morning. We know all of this. There isn't anything to say there. So what we're going to do, we're going to get straight on now to Sensei, look at the chart and see. So I'm going to tell you now what I did. I sold some Amazon. I was up 40% with Amazon. I was also up 30% with Tesla, and both of those, Amazon, just as I sold it, trimmed off this morning as well. So it actually couldn't have been better timing, as we expect it to do so tomorrow going into the FOMC report. So this was a perfect timing for me. What I was waiting for was to trim my Amazon. I trimmed that in my brokerage account. There will be some small tax to pay. I trimmed off Tesla in my Roth, no tax to pay, and I bought on both positions. And I'm also ready with money to buy Virgin Galactic on the reaction to this as well. So now we're going to go over to Sensei, who's live with us, and we're going to look at it from a chart perspective. But you can see already I am dramatically up from where I was. And if I look at my overall portfolio, you can see how I've come up, and you can see where I was this morning at 6 o'clock this morning, and throughout the night it went down, and I've managed to pick it up. Now I've got more money to buy more if it continues to go down. and I will double again if necessary and dramatically lower those averages. But right now, we want to go over to Sensei Crypto, who's live on the phone for me. Thank you for giving up your time and calling in. Sensei, good morning to you.
Good morning, Martin. Thanks for having me on the show. Yeah, it's disappointing to see, but that means opportunity has been created. You've jumped on the opportunity, which is the right thing to do. As we were discussing yesterday with the SPCE video, the best time to get in is when everyone's fearful. There is a lot of fear in the market. I woke up to the news on all the different news platforms I'm subscribed to, and there's all sorts of different scary titles to these news. SpaceX competitor suffers mission failure, stock crashes 20%. You saw the CNBC one. There's all sorts out there, a lot of fear in the market. But this has happened to all these competitors. To SpaceX was on the verge of going bankrupt with all its failures. So it is a shame to see. But if you look at the headlines, they haven't had anything like this in 2 years. So it doesn't mean the company's finished. It just means opportunity is created. We're looking at the stock now, and because the market hasn't opened yet, you can't see the big red candle that will be from here all the way down here currently. But this is what we were waiting for. This has come into a zone of support. If we look back to April over here, you can see how it spent time here and then went on its rally of 100%. It doubled in price. You can see over here in December, it broke down slightly and then it went on a rally of from the lows about 57%. You can see here again in October, we touched this support level. We went up 50%. And once again here in July of 2022, we touched the level and we went up 100%. So this is what we're looking for again. We're back at the zone from 360 to 413. We are already coming up a bit. So we have been in the zone, and what we're looking for now is a move of around. Well, we have to see where the resistance is, but it's probably going to be around these moving averages here, which are coming down. So around 35% won't be, it is in the cards, a move of 35% for a great scalp. We can take it there. I know some people are adding to their long-term bags, which is obviously, this is a good area to get in terms of charts. We've never been below the 350 level. So we are at support, we are at a level of buying, and that mixed with that sudden drop is a great time to take a scalp and to add into your long-term bags, in my opinion, anyway.
Absolutely. That's exactly what I did. And if we could look at it now, we can see it's going up and it's holding. Oh, of course, we've got 15 minutes to go, just over before the bell goes. Sensei, if you could just pull up the chart for me of the available cash that the company has, what its balance sheet is looking like, this liquidity. They're in a good position, and this is not going to, in my opinion, do anything long term for the company. This isn't Virgin Orbit, who were out of money, who were then looking to Chapter 11, go into bankruptcy, look for rescuing. I think Rocket Lab are in a good position. This is exactly what happened with Tesla, exactly what happened with SpaceX. How many times did Elon Musk blow up a rocket? It's just the way these things go. I'm not at all concerned. For me, this was a no-brainer. When I saw this morning, I saw it because if I'm a big whale and I own millions of shares of Rocket Lab, why would I not sell my position? Remember that markets actually are available 24 hours a day. So not everybody has that opportunity. On Robinhood, we do have 24 hours a day from Sunday 7 p.m. to Friday 7 p.m. on many stocks, not Rocket Lab, but that doesn't mean others don't. So the markets can react 24 hours a day just because you can't get in and the main market's open, others can. And it makes perfect sense. If I'm a big whale with millions of shares of Rocket Lab, the moment that happens, sell, because the market is going to react negatively in the morning, not because it's a bad thing. I mean, of course, it's not great when a rocket blows up at all, but it's a business you're investing in. You should have that as part of your risk management. But it's going to go down. So if you're a big whale and you can move the market, Why wouldn't you dump the stock at a profit, drive it back down and buy it cheaper? And that's exactly why I bought it this morning at 1 minute past 6. So I'm going to go now back to Sensei, look at the company assets, and we can value the company. Is it now undervalued? Is it overvalued? Are we buying a good deal? We can get those answers now from Sensei. So let's go back over now and have a look at the company assets with Sensei. Sensei, what are you showing us now?
Yeah, so we can see the assets of Rocket Lab is around the $1 billion mark. But then if we also look at this debt, we can see that their debt is also just 162 million. So they do have not that much debt to their assets. They certainly don't have more debt than they have assets, which is great to see. Only a small amount of their assets is they've got a small amount. The ratio between debt and assets is quite low, which is what we want to see. So it seems like their balance sheet is somewhere where it could be definitely sort of at value, undervalued at this point. So the balance sheet looks good. There are other metrics that we could dive into later, but just looking at the assets to debt ratio, it does seem like it's a safe bet.
Good. Exactly. So to me, that was a good buy. So for me, I've got a price target on Rocket Lab of $12. I had it at 7. I had it at 6. Now it's at 5 and at 5.20. I could buy more. You might ask, why would I not buy more now? Now it's gone down even lower. But for me, I've got to have balance in my portfolio. I want to be able to take some profit quickly from Rocket Lab from this position. Only on my Roth, though, and look at finding a re-entry back into Amazon because I want that exposure to AI, but that'll come after, or at least the reaction of the FOMC, which we'll cover live tomorrow. Let me give you the link for that, by the way. The link above my head for the FOMC report will be here tomorrow. If you click above my head, that'll take you to the FOMC report. And also more Rocket Lab videos and so on and so forth will be there as well. Let's go back to Sensei now for cash flow for Rocket Lab. Let's go back. Sensei, what do you have for me here?
Yeah, so this is the cash flow of the company, which is obviously also important to look at. In 2021 is when we got that big increase in cash. So that was looking around over 500 million in cash. Now, so over 500 million in cash, but now in 2022, the year prior to now, is we can see that they've lowered their cash, and their cash flow has become negative. So they are using their cash, but they're obviously investing it in what they see fit. So that's how companies grow. They need to use their cash. They need to take on debt, for example. It will be interesting to see in the next earnings report, when we have some more data about this, which way they're moving. Are they continuing to move down, and at what pace? So it is still important to see. But right now, the most important thing is what we've just seen is a sudden crash down to a high value area, as we saw on the charts. So this is definitely an area where you can take a trade.
Sensei, thanks for calling in. There you go. There's some good information there this morning from Sensei. I believe they're in a good position. I believe that was a good buy. I bought it. I doubled my position, but I haven't gone crazy. I'm slowly building up my positions, keeping my money in all the other assets that I need to protect my account. I'm spreading my investment over Rocket Lab and Virgin Galactic. And if we can just have a quick look at what Virgin Galactic is doing in response, it's going down. I said it would. It wouldn't react before the bell. It's a bit slow to react. It will go down, I'm sure, when the bell goes, and I'm ready to buy more and to lower my average. And I'm hoping with my purchase that I'm about to make will take me under $3 for an average on my long-term position. Hopefully $2.99 will be good. On my Roth IRA, I'm down at $1.90, but I'm not looking to buy any more on a scalp position at the moment. I am looking to increase my long-term position. Rocket Lab is now moving up again. We can see it now going up even more. If I go over to this position here, you can see it's still going up. This was a good buy for me. I'm very, very happy. So If you want any of those links to Sensei, if you want to know about Sensei Crypto and what he does, look below my video. You can see, I'll give you a link up here as well. Go and check out Sensei's website and all his services. He can do charts analysis for you and full crypto analysis for you. He runs our crypto challenge, which I am part of. Go and check that out. Look below the video as well for more information. Click above my head for more Rocket Labs information, my X poll, and I also like to put a video over here and also a bit of music as well. On my music channel, I have featured music every day I like to put over here. For those who don't know, I'm the World Piano Man and I have a live music channel. So back to the live show. Take care of yourselves and each other.